about road piracy where they steal more of your hard-earned money because you transgressed an arbitrary man-made law. There's absolutely nothing respectable about throwing peaceful people into cages and strengthening the arm of the prison industrial complex. And there's certainly nothing respectable about killing people in hallways of hotels or in homes or in vehicles just because they don't perfectly follow your commands. Here's the problem with all cops. They swear to obey every law, even the unjust ones, even the immoral ones. And logic, truth, and love dictate that enforcing immorality makes the enforcer immoral. This isn't my opinion. Cops have a monopoly on force. It's absolute power. And as we should have already learned by now, such absolute power corrupts absolutely. Besides, respect is earned, not given. So no, agents of immorality are not to be respected.
But I also believe that you and I both respect the law. And our Constitution says that I have a right to remain silent and not self-incriminate. And our state law says that in order for you to actually get my ID, I have to be cited with a crime.
Go! So you're telling me you don't want to identify yourself?
Well, I'm happy to say my name. It's Pastor Jeff. I'm with Apologia Church.
Okay. Jeff.
It's Pastor Jeff.
Go! Pastor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be happy to show you this. This is the Supreme Court ruling, Federal Court of Appeals ruling, the City of Tempe's rules when it comes to noise ordinance.
Yeah, I understand. I've read all. Well, actually, I haven't read the Supreme Court's rule.
Okay.
Take that back.
Okay.
I understand the city code.
Okay.
What I'm dealing with is a complaint from a neighborhood.
I understand. And I understand where that's coming from. There. The problem is, and I know you're a law enforcement officer, you took an oath to the Constitution, we have freedom of speech rights, and somebody saying, you're disturbing my peace because I don't like your message or I can hear it, isn't a valid reason to undo the Constitution of the United States that says I have freedom of speech. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled on this.
So here's a question. What if the Supreme Court hadn't ruled on this? What if one day the Supreme Court rules against the Constitution? Will we be holding up Supreme Court rulings then? What if the Constitution itself runs contrary to morality? Do we still stand with the Constitution and forsake the moral code? Remember, it's the Constitution that declares that the politicians, the most corrupt, slimy human beings who have ever roamed the earth, have power to, quote, lay and collect taxes. In other words, corrupt agents of the state have power to help themselves to other people's stuff. This is why the moral standard of doing no harm to others is the rock to which we all must cling.
Somebody can't say I'm disrupting the peace because they don't like my message, because I'm amplifying my voice. The law, which you and I both are committed to, states that I'm in a lawful activity right now.
Go! Well, that is what I'm...
And I appreciate you. No, I know, and I appreciate your position. I have no disrespect for you, but when it comes to law and law enforcement, when someone calls with just a complaint, I think it's incumbent upon us to at least educate those people that what's happening here is a lawful activity.
Go!
It's not unlawful.
At this point, the supervisor arrives on the scene.
Sergeant Liz Lenzen, Tempe PD.
Hello.
Hey, who's been using the megaphone?
I have
Yeah, and what's your name?
Jeff.
Jeff L.
Yeah, Jeff. It's Pastor Jeff.
Pastor Jeff.
Yes.
I'm so supposed to know, where are you pastor at?
Apologia Church in Tempe.
Okay, and what's your last name, Jeff?
Do you need that for anything?
Yes, we do, because we have a complaint and we're working. That's why we're here.
Okay. Well,
Otherwise, we would not be here.
no, I respect your position. I was just telling this officer over here, for me to identify myself, I have to be cited with a crime according to Arizona state law.
Well, we're going to give you a warning right now, so we're going to need that for a street check. So what's your last name?
Okay, so the warning is a violation of the law?
Well, because of the amplified sound device.
Well, what I was saying to the officer was...
Zach?
He's right over here.
Zach. Where's the other Zach? Zach number one.
He's out of state right now.
Okay, they know me. And Steven knows me. So you're going to be given a warning. You cannot use any...
Well, officer, you can't do that. Officer, you can't do that unless you have a calibrated meter according to city code.
Oh, we can.
And you test it.
Yeah, we can.
This is hilarious. Oh, don't worry, we can violate our own laws. Don't worry about that.
And so
You
we're
can
gonna
violate this law.
we have a complaint that's a citizen.
A complaint of illegal activity.
We have a complaint
Of illegal activity.
of disorderly conduct.
Ma'am, if you read the city code, you'll see
We're
you
not
can't.
arguing. You've been given a warning. You can't use your amplified sound device. If you will, you go to jail. You've already been given that warning.
Ma'am, you're not even looking at you're a supervisor. You won't look at the law.
No, I know the law.
We'll file a suit against you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Lenzen.
Gotcha. Okay, let's get that on the camera.
Get on
Officer
the
Lenzen.
cam. We got our cams going.
Officer Lenzen, would you like it to look at the law?
We'll do this. Lenzen.
Is this professional activity on your part
It
to
is.
act, behave in this manner?
You got a warning, so please don't do it. We don't
What's the
really want
warning
to have to
for?
arrest you.
This is my question. What's the warning
You've been
for?
warned already.
Officer,
Okay.
what's the warning for?
Amplified sound device.
That's legal activity.
You can't use it.
You won't look at this?
Don't use it.
It's a legal activity.
We have a complaint.
Ma'am, we'll sue you for violating our constitutional
You can
rights.
sue us. You can. It's your right.
It is my right, and I want to do this for the record of the court. She will not look at the city
That's
code.
a warning. Thank you.
You won't look at the city code?
No, I already know it.
Yeah, ma'am, I reject your warning.
Okay,
I reject it.
we're gonna done.
And we're going to continue to use sound amplification because it's our constitutional right.
Could there be a more pompous ass? Maybe the Tempe Police Department would like a couple phone calls from a concerned public about Sergeant Lenzen's unprofessional and childish behavior here. Maybe headquarters would like to hear that one of their very finest could care less about the law she swore to uphold. Oh, look, here's that number, and here's their address. What was that name again, officer?
Okay,
Lenzen.
gotcha. Okay, let's get that on the.
One more time?
Okay,
Lenzen.
gotcha. Okay, let's get that on the.
Hey, thanks. We'll give you guys a call. I'll leave all the information in the description below. And if you'd like to see the rest of Durbin's video, that link is also in the description. Stop by Durbin's channel and take a look at that video and let him know that High Impact Flicks sent you. Make this video viral, fire up those cameras, and record power-tripping police officers. If you have any thoughts about this, leave them for the world